I got the stand. I figured out tonight we're just gonna go with the phone. I have my laptop. It's a little shaky because of the stand, and if it gets too shaky, then I'm going to just sit it down on the counter. But let me know if you can hear me, you guys. Let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me clearly. I came on here a little early to make sure all the technical difficulties were worked out. Hopefully we don't have any technical difficulties. So let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can see me clearly. Everybody should be getting the alert to come in. Welcome, you guys. I got some big news, some things for November that I think y'all will like. Somebody talk in the chat. Like, I don't see anything popping up in the chat. Let me know if you can see me, hear me clearly. Is it shaky? It's shaky, you guys. It's the stand, like my little selfie stick stand. Welcome. Remember the garden by. There we go, Tony. Thank you, because now I can see. So I was like, the chat's not working. I'm used to people talking in the chat, you know. Welcome. There we go. Yes, not a bingo night, so you get to see me live. I love that. I love that. I like bingo too, honestly. Hold on, I'm doing that to make sure. Okay. Welcome, your favorite nurse. I'm so glad you get to see me live. I'm going to be live tonight and tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Let's talk. It's November, you guys. November. So much stuff going on. Y'all, is this seeming shaky to you? I know it's shaking, but does it seem shaky to you? It's the stand. It's my selfie stick stand. It's shaky. Y'all know me. I'll just prop it up against like a book or something and we can keep going. But welcome, you guys. It's 7 o'clock. We got a lot to talk about tonight. Let me know where you're from. I always love to know where you're from. Tell me where you're from. If this is your first time here, tell me where you're from. I love to see all of that, you guys. Tonight we'll talk foreclosures. Let's talk the city states with the most foreclosures, most REOs. We can talk zombie foreclosures. We can talk about everything, you guys. It'll be a good time. It's a good time. It's always a good time. So let me know where you're from. Houston, Texas. You know, every time I see Houston pop up, Atlanta, Houston. My first time tuning in from Low Country, South Carolina. Alaska. You would think that you would be my only Alaska, but we got another Alaska. Camille, she's not in here yet. Minnesota, always in the house. Cynthia, Baltimore, Savannah, Georgia, Tucson. Come on in. Look at all the friends are here. All the friends came out to play today. I'm so happy, you guys. California. I was just watching a TikTok of people like living in San Diego. I'm like, oh, to wake up to the beach every day. That's like a dream. A dream. Welcome, you guys. Let me do an introduction for people who are new, and then we can jump in. It is November the... Y'all, what's today's date? The 8th? November 8th? North Carolina, I see you. So, welcome, you guys. I'm Ashley Pickens here in Memphis, Tennessee. You guys, have been in real estate since 2006. As a real estate agent, I've also been a real estate broker. But y'all know me as your auction mama, right? Your auction mama. I auction off foreclosures for the courthouse, at the courthouse, for the banks and attorneys. I'm the one that says going once, going twice, sold. That's what I do here in Memphis, Shelby County, all the way to Nashville and in parts of Mississippi. As y'all know, I just recently started doing BPOs. I'm breaking into the REO market. We're going to talk about it. Y'all know the master plan is to just be involved in every single phase of foreclosure. That is the goal. That is what I'm trying to do. Y'all know I already work on the pre-foreclosure side. I'm already your auction mama on the auction side, and then now I'll be on the REO side as well. So you're going to see me in some phase of foreclosure. Just understand that. So that's the goal for me. I've been working towards that, and we can talk about that. Guess what, you guys? Guess what? I know some of y'all have been like, Ashley, what's the masterclass? What are y'all doing? We got a free masterclass on Thursday. Free $99. FREE, $0. Free masterclass this Thursday. The link is down below. Y'all, we got to get ready for 2026. You guys, we got to get ready for 2026. What's coming? Y'all, the foreclosures are coming. The foreclosures for sure coming in 2026. They're saying like first quarter or the end of first quarter, they're going to like foreclosures are coming. So we got to prepare. So free masterclass this Thursday. The link is down below. I'll try to put it in the chat, but y'all know I'll be scared to get on the computer and be on the phone. You know how the Wi-Fi, you know. The link is in the description of this video. Okay, it's absolutely free. It is this Thursday at 7 p.m. Central. Let's talk about the different phases of foreclosure. Let's talk about how you can capitalize on the different phases of foreclosure, right? And I don't mean capitalize in like a mean, negative, greedy way, but I know a lot of y'all are investors and you're like, I don't know if I want to talk to the homeowner. I don't know if I want to go to the auction. I don't know if I want to buy a bank-owned property. This is the masterclass for you, right? And it's absolutely free. Come figure out which one works best for you, which one fits into your plan for 2026 and beyond. Okay, y'all got it? Are y'all signing up for the class? How many of y'all are going to sign up? Can y'all hear me? The chat is mighty quiet tonight, unless it's a delay, but y'all mighty quiet tonight. Cynthia is looking for a retirement home. Cynthia, where you going to retire? On the beach in Florida? We retiring together. Maybe I can find us a beach house for $22.17. You know what I mean? Maybe I can find two. We can be neighbors, Cynthia. We can be neighbors. So link is down below. It's absolutely free. It is this Thursday, 7 p.m. Central Time. And y'all sign up. It's a good time. Are y'all still there? Are y'all listening? Or are y'all just listening to me and nobody's in the chat? Or are y'all driving? What are y'all doing? Minnesota, I see that you're here. Minnesota, you sign up for the masterclass. Oh, Cynthia's. Okay, so y'all are there. Yes, $25 tops. We can be neighbors. We can have coffee and go for walks on the beach and stuff. You know what I mean? So a lot of people get their like vacation homes and retirement homes and investment property. That's my plan for the next few years is to buy, hey, from Dallas. Y'all know anytime I see Texas, I'm going to be like, Texas. Y'all are in for it. Brian, who else just said they were from Texas? I don't want to scroll. Brian, I saw another Houston. Y'all in Texas. I'm looking for unrestricted land. You got to go on like land. What's on like Land Watch, landandfarm.com. Yeah, landwatch.com. Those are some good like land sites to buy properties. What was I going to say? Dallas, Texas. That's what I was going to say. Texas. So, you know, y'all are leading y'all are first in line. Y'all the line leaders. You all are the line leaders when it comes to foreclosures. Texas, Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, Austin, y'all are the line leaders. Y'all are leading the pack when it comes to foreclosures. I'm talking about the most overall highest foreclosures, most foreclosure starts. I love y'all. Brian, if you position yourself, you can buy all of our beach houses, Brian, down there from your Texas money when you buy properties. Brian is buying everybody a house. Everybody just say thank you, Brian, because he about to buy everybody a house if he positions himself right in Texas and makes plenty of money. So everybody, thank you. Thank you. Right on the beach, Brian, is where I want my house. That's all I need to say. So, but Texas, y'all are, if you are in position, that's all I can say. So let's talk about, I'm going to open up my laptop. I hope this isn't too shaky, you guys. So if you just came in, we got a free masterclass on Thursday. The link is down below. Free $99. So y'all don't have to say anything about anything. It's absolutely free. It is this Thursday, 7 p.m. Central. Let's talk about foreclosures, the phases of them. 2 beach houses. That's what I'm talking. Buy one, get one, Brian. I'm telling you. I was thinking about going to Texas too because my friend is down there in Austin. Y'all insane. Texas, I don't know what to tell y'all. I don't know. But if you're in position for sure in Texas, like you're going to make some money in the next 5 years. If you're interested in buying distressed property, there will be a lot of distressed for sure. In Texas, in Florida, who are our top states? Texas, Florida, Nevada. Why am I guessing off the top of my head? Let me just look at the article, you guys. Hi to the room from New York City, Park West. You know, every time I see New York City, I have to do like that paste picante sauce commercial. New York City. I know y'all be like, Ashley, get your life together. It's okay. I'm going to pull up some, let's find an article. Let's talk about the most foreclosures right now. Hi to the room. Okay. So let's talk about foreclosure activity. The newest numbers have not come out. They will come out this month, not this month, this week. They usually come out about the 11th or the 12th. So New York City, we got a couple of New York cities. Come on, definitely interested in how an auction property is calculated into comps in a subdivision. I feel like it would be an outlier, right? Because depending on what it went to auction for, right? And if it was distressed, as is, you know, what condition was it in for sure, and how an auction property is calculated into comps in a subdivision. Does that make sense, Gomers? It depends on the condition of it. That would be an outlier. Like, because look, you know your girl can't start nothing new. But hold on, you guys. Can y'all see that? Look at that. What does that say? REO agent reference and compliance binder 2025. Can y'all all see that? REO agent reference and compliance binder 2025. You know where I got this from, you guys? Guess where I got this from? I made it. I made it for myself. I made it. Before y'all get too excited, I made it for myself. But your girl is doing BPOs now for the banks. I got a couple of them. Remember when I was telling y'all I was getting certified like 2 months ago? I went through the class, got certified. Don't be too excited, Tony and Cynthia. I made this binder. I made this on Canva and printed it out and made it. But it looks top flight security. That's what it looks like. It looks like I'm official, and I am official. So anyway, I wanted to start this because I know y'all were interested in the REO journey too. And this is new for me, so I'm going to teach y'all, you know. So I made this binder, and it has like all the asset managers, like in the banks, how they want you to turn in your work, all their requirements. Did y'all know? I asked the mentorship this last week. Okay, do we all know what cash for keys is? Does everybody know what cash for keys is? When I say cash for keys, do you know what that means? When I say, never mind. Does everybody know what cash for keys is? Let me ask that before I ask the second question. Because if you don't know what that is, then I'm going to have to explain the whole thing to you. I do not know. Okay, so cash for keys, you guys. Y'all gonna learn today. See, that's why you come see me. Because so you can learn in here. So cash for keys. So some of y'all do know what cash for keys is. Yes. So it usually happens. Okay, so yes, will and take. Okay, yes, walk and take money. Okay, so for you people who don't know, right? When I think of cash for keys, it usually refers to like at the auction, right? If a property goes up for auction, y'all know at the auction, people still live in the properties, right? So if a property goes up for auction, the highest bidder wins it. It's an investor, highest bidder wins it. That investor is going to go to the house, right? And whoever is living there, the homeowner, they're going to try to offer them, you know, they're going to be like, when can you move out? I just bought your house at the auction. And then one of those options is usually cash for keys, right? The investor is negotiating with that homeowner. Like, if you can be out in 30 days, I'll give you $1,500, right? For you to be out. So I don't have to go to court and evict you, right? That's the whole purpose, to avoid going to court and all that kind of stuff. So cash for keys is what the investor offers that homeowner. Here's the second part of that question. It's a pop quiz. Y'all didn't know y'all was coming to class tonight, did you? But here you are. So cash for keys. Like I said, an investor can offer cash for keys to a homeowner. So what if that same property goes up for auction, nobody buys it, and it goes back to the bank, right? What do we call those, class? First question out the gate. If a house does not sell at auction, reverts back to the bank, it is called what? I'll wait. What do we call those properties, first of all? Thank you. There we go. REO, right? REO properties, real estate owned by the bank. Now, the second part of that question is, now that the bank is the owner, right? Nobody bought it at the auction. Will the bank offer cash for keys to that homeowner? Or only if it sells does that homeowner get cash for keys? The question is, will the bank offer cash for keys to that homeowner? Or if it doesn't sell at the bank, they just out of luck. Look, Brian says yes. Will the bank give that homeowner cash for keys? What do you think? Brian says yes. It's almost 50 y'all on here. Brian, the only, or y'all thinking real hard like this is Jeopardy. Missy is saying no. Bank will offer, yes. I don't think so. Prior to initial secure, not sure. Guess what? Brian is right. The bank will offer cash for keys to a homeowner, even when the bank owns the property. And guess, hold on. Guess who has to offer them cash for keys? Your girl, the REO, the listing agent, usually is the one that goes, because they're the eyes and ears for the bank, right? They're the ones, if they're the first ones out there, they have to offer, the bank will give them, you know, a certain amount of money, and the bank will offer a homeowner cash for keys. See, now you know something that you didn't know. I didn't know either. I didn't know I was going to be the one offering cash for keys, right? So I'm going to be the bank. I'm going to be like, just ask for a little bit more. It's the bank. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. If any banks or asset managers, REO stands for real estate owned. Real estate owned by the bank. REO. Real estate owned. So, yes, cash for keys. The bank will offer you cash for keys, and depending on the situation. And the investor that buys the house at the auction will usually offer cash for keys as well, right? So y'all learned something new. And if you're an agent and thinking about getting into BPOs and REOs, you are usually the ones that negotiate that cash for keys. So yeah, when I get to that phase of the process, I will let y'all know how that goes, right? So I've started doing BPOs. We're going to talk about that. Like I said, you guys, free masterclass this Thursday. The link is down below. If I get a chance, I'll drop the link, but it's in the description. It is absolutely free. It is this Thursday, 7 p.m. Y'all know I try to do like a free masterclass so everybody can come in and learn. And it's more, y'all can ask questions. It's always a good time. I'm going to be honest. And I always give away stuff like resources. I want y'all to learn. You know what I mean? It's almost the end of 2026. Let's talk foreclosure numbers real quick. Y'all, it's the ones from last month. The new numbers have not come out yet. You're welcome. Y'all are going to learn every time you come in here. When it goes to REO, does that mean the property is in bad shape? No, Barbara. Okay, first, let's all go all the way back. Okay, thank you. So if there are two distressed properties within a comp area, they aren't outliers, correct? So if there are two distressed properties within a comp area, they aren't outliers, correct? So I was saying correct as in reading your question. So is it like, I think it's going to depend on what you're trying to accomplish in finding value. I'm thinking that's what you're trying to do, right? Determine the value of the subject property, right? And so you're trying to use comps. Look at me, because I sound like a BPO pro over here, baby. So when I'm doing a BPO, right, they want it to be comparable to the subject. And they're like, don't use distressed properties unless it's a distressed area or unless it's a high REO area, right? If that's what it is. But if it's not, then you need to find some comps that are comparable. Like if it's regular owner occupied or whatever it is. But are there any other comps besides the two distressed? You know what I mean? I think it's what mission are you trying to accomplish? You trying to like refinance? What are we trying to do? What kind of value are we trying to do? But I wouldn't count two like needs repairs, like run down houses is two comps if my house is not run down. Or are we trying to make an offer? You know what I mean? You gotta tell me what we're doing. We trying to make an offer? Or we trying to do an appraisal? We trying to refinance? What we trying to do? You know what I mean? Now, if we trying to make an offer on a property and trying to get the lowest price we can get it for it, then we might count those. It just depends on the objective. Now, REO means the auction failed. House go back to bank. Nobody bid on. Yep. That's right. Brian's got it. Barbara. Okay, let's rewind. I should have started here first in case this is your first time seeing me. Let's talk about the foreclosure process, okay? 3 phases of foreclosure, okay? Everybody knows about foreclosure, but most people don't understand the details of it. Foreclosure to everybody means they probably got behind on their mortgage and the bank took the house back. Boom. 3 phases, though, before you get to that phase where the bank takes the house back. First phase of foreclosure, right? Homeowner gets behind on their mortgage, usually 3 months. Everybody who calls me is behind on their mortgage about a year at this point. That's the first phase. Behind on their mortgage 3 months, the lender files that notice of sale or that notice of default. That's the first phase, okay? Second phase, the auction is scheduled, okay? That's me, your auction mama. The auction is scheduled. That's the second phase. And the third and final phase is the property is repossessed by the bank. Boom, REO property. So if it does not sell at auction, right, to the highest bidder, it'll go back to the bank and become an REO property, right? Now, there's many reasons that properties go back to the bank. The number one reason I'm seeing right now that properties are going back to the bank, because Barbara just said, doesn't mean it's in bad shape. Nope. That is not the number one reason I'm seeing. The number one reason I'm seeing right now is because the majority of people who are in foreclosure right now just bought last year, just bought 2 years ago, just bought post-COVID, okay? So they just bought in the last 3 or 4 years. When you go to the auction, the opening bid is the loan balance. Think about that. At the auction, the opening bid is the loan balance, okay? You go to the auction to get a deal. That's why you go to the auction. You go to the auction to get a discount on price. Now, I just said the properties were just bought 2, 3, 4 years ago. So that means that opening bid, they haven't paid anything on that house. So the opening bid is the market value. A lot of them are over market value because they bought at, you know, when interest rates were 1% and 2%, when people were bidding up. So now that opening bid is more than the house is even worth right now. So like Brian said, the opening bids are too high. It's full price, market value. And all of them are going back to the bank. I looked, we can look at that tonight too. Last week was a big auction week in Georgia and Texas, first Tuesday of the month. That's a big auction week. If you did not know, Georgia and Texas auction the first Tuesday of the month. They only auction one time. So it's huge auction there. I pulled a lot of Georgia. If you follow me on Instagram, your agent Ashley, I put in my stories a lot of the houses. And like 6 or 7 of them was bought in 2024. I'll show them to you. I'll show you with the camera. A lot of them were just bought, like I saw June of last year. I saw May of last year in foreclosure, like going up for auction. So all of them went back to the bank. All of them went, which is really sad. You know what I mean? It's really sad. So Barbara, to answer your question, no, they're not in bad shape. I'm seeing brand new. Like new construction, like if you bought it from a builder, you know what I mean? Just built it last year and lost it. You know what I mean? That's a brand new house. You know what I mean? I'm seeing a ton of investors up for auction, a ton of investment properties. And you can look at the history and see that they bought it. They probably tried to sell it. They couldn't sell it. Then they tried to rent it. Couldn't rent it. Lowered the rent. Couldn't rent it. Lowered the rent. Couldn't rent it. And now they're in foreclosure. And a lot of investors have those hard money loans that you got to get off of. It's a lot of investors on the foreclosure list right now, which, you know, the market flipped so quick for people, you know, so a lot of investors bought houses and now they can't get off of them. And the hard money will come back in. The hard money will foreclose on you. I'm seeing a lot of hard money lenders foreclosing. But I saw, y'all know Kiavi? Y'all know Kiavi, the lending the people who lend, some of y'all have heard of Kiavi. Weren't they like private money? No, they're a hard money lender, right? Like Kiavi, that's one of the popular ones that people use. They give money to investors to flip properties and buy properties. I had one. Kiavi was the foreclosing person. So Kiavi coming back and getting their investors too. If you borrow some money from Kiavi, you better pay them back because they'll foreclose on you. Yes, I'm so glad, Barbara. Welcome, y'all. Come on in here. Don't forget, free masterclass on Thursday. Free masterclass on Thursday. The link is down below. Let's talk foreclosures really quickly. Do y'all want me to show you the words or y'all want me to just read it to you? I think y'all just like to look at me and just listen to me read. Good thing I'm a good reader, huh? Let's talk foreclosure numbers. Y'all hold on. Y'all know I have to talk about everything and nothing at the same time. So what are we on? Day 38 of the shutdown. Day 38. If you've been rocking with me for a minute here, we talked about this. We talked about how long we thought this shutdown was going to last. Day 38. These REO houses in Dallas are not selling. I know one listed sold for $7 and bank drop price to $500. Y'all, the market, it's not moving. It's not moving. And I know they keep dropping interest rates by that much. It's not bringing all the buyers to the yard. That's not what's happening. The buyers are sitting on the sideline. That's what they're doing. Right? Because these jobs are looking too shaky. Right? And these houses are just unaffordable right now. Right? And I think everybody is just trying to, make the best decision, and don't want to get ahead of themselves. So, yes, what are we on? Day 38? I did a video about this. Day 38. We got the same last name. We might be family. Okay, so y'all rather look at me. Okay, that's cool. Let me read a little bit of this. Yes, day 38 of the shutdown. Y'all know me. Y'all, if you watched my last video that I uploaded, y'all know what I said. If it was me, watch the Wi-Fi start acting crazy when I say this. But you know what I mean? If it was me, I wouldn't go to work. If I was TSA and air traffic controllers, would not go to work. Baby, I would shut down every single airport in the country. Shut down every single airport in the country, and they would hurry up and find some money to pay me, is all I would say. It's all I would do. I can't imagine being in the neighborhood with that REO as a car. I can't imagine being in the neighborhood. I know. And that's what happens, you guys. Like, look, here I go. I don't know what I was going to say, but it's true. The good thing about real estate is your home depends, the value of your home depends on the houses around you. The bad thing about real estate is the value of your home depends on the houses around you, right? That's why a lot of times people don't want big investors coming into their neighborhood buying up properties, right? I agree. There should be a limit on how many like these big investors can buy in a neighborhood, because if they decide to offload them, that will kill your equity. That would kill everybody's equity, but they don't care. You know what I mean? Now, should investors buy? Of course, right? Of course, investors should buy. But I think there should be you know what I mean? Because they can kill a whole neighborhood value if they decide to offload their properties for cheap. You know what I mean? So, yeah, Missy. Not a plane in the sky, baby. Not on Thanksgiving. Not on Black Friday. I'd be like, figure it out. We're not flying anywhere. The whole United States airport is closed. Don't even try to fly in here. You can't fly out. Everybody cancel your tickets. That's what I would do. Shut down the airport, and I bet you they find some money. You can find it up under your grandmama's mattress if you want to, but find some money and pay me. I'm telling you. And they would hurry up and find you some money. But, that's just me. That's just me. That's why I'm probably unemployable right now. Because they'd be like, no, she too rebellious. She's too rebellious. That would be me. Let's talk foreclosures, right? I'd be like, I speak for the people. Like on the Lorax, they'd be like, I speak for the trees. I'd be like, I speak for the people. They're not coming to work. They're not coming to work. Because we from around, right? So, baby, if you shut down the airport if TSA and air traffic controllers said we've shut down the airport on the busiest flying day of the year and the biggest shopping day of the year, Thanksgiving and Black Friday, right? I'm talking about not a plane in the sky. From United, Delta, American, Amazon, FedEx, UPS, not a plane. Baby, I bet Jeff Bezos and everybody else would be on the phone like, find them some money. I'd be like, y'all better find me some money and my back pay. And my back pay. But let me tell you, but that's just me. That's just me. But when the plane be, and then once all the airlines had to start refunding tickets and bleeding money, they're going to find you some money. They're going to be like, I don't care where it come from. Pay me. But, you know, they just be crying on TikTok. Baby, just stay at home. They'll find you some money. Ashley, what's your email? youragent.ashley@gmail.com. Okay, so let's talk about foreclosure numbers. That's just me. But they be like, hurry up and fire her. She too rebellious. Okay, foreclosure, like I said, so these are going to be Q3 numbers. We do not have the new foreclosure numbers should be out this week, like Tuesday or Wednesday. So if you come to class on Thursday, we can go over the new foreclosure numbers, okay? So let's see right now who's in the lead for the most foreclosure properties right now. So we got a total of, let's talk foreclosure starts. That's the first phase of foreclosure. Foreclosure starts. A total of 72,317 properties started the foreclosure process, okay? This is up 16% from a year ago. States, if I call your state name, you just raise your hand or you blink or you put a little fire sign in the chat, okay? That's what you got to do. Put a little fire sign in the chat. States that had the greatest number of foreclosure starts included Bryan State. Bryan, who else? I saw who else from Austin. Texas. Texas had 9,736 new foreclosures. That was for last quarter. Q3. 9,736 foreclosure starts. Look, Texas. Yep. What are the top 3 websites to find foreclosures? Hold on, Minnesota. Hold on, Minnesota. Remind me of that. We're talking about yesterday. You sound like a fire sign, by the way, because I think, baby, of course I'm a fire sign. Sagittarius. Sagittarius. To next month is my birthday, December 16th. You're right. Y'all know fire signs, baby. Rebellious. Baby, I would be like, I'm speaking for everybody. If I was air traffic control or TSA, I'd be like, hold my beer. I'm finna get y'all some money. I'm finna get y'all some money. Don't go to work for 48 hours and I'm gonna get our money. Don't worry about it. 2 days. It'll be like a hostage situation. Every day that we don't get paid is gonna be 2 days that is shut down. 1 day for the principal, one day because we want to, and the second day is for the principal, and don't ever play with me again. So every day we don't get paid, 2 days we won't be at work. That would be the strategy. You're gonna think this is Ocean's 11 over here. So anyway, Texas, 9,736. Florida, 8,909 foreclosure starts. California had 7,862 foreclosure starts. Illinois had 3,515, and New York, 3,234. So those are new foreclosure starts. Will this work as well for commercial properties? Talk to me, your favorites. Nurse, tell me what work as well for commercial properties? Talk to me and then I'll elaborate. Hello, Jermon. Auction Mama, okay, I got you. Minnesota, Texas, that's right. But it is Scorpio season right now. Y'all cool. You cool. But it'll be Sagittarius season here shortly. The foreclosure process. So I think with commercial, I think they have more time. You know, let me get my thoughts together. When it comes to commercial, you know, they're usually on their loans are different than ours. Like residential, we're on a 30-year loan, right? When you buy residential. Commercial, theirs is like, 5 to 7 years, or is it 4? Like, you know what I mean? It's much shorter, right? And then they got to either pay it off or refinance. That's why commercial is in the trash right now, right? Because All these properties are sitting vacant. How you find value in commercial properties is the income that it brings in. If your property is sitting vacant, you don't have any income. It's not, the value. Or if you got really low rents, So a lot of these loans are being called due. These banks aren't refinancing them, giving them another chance to, bring in some income. And that's why they're talking about commercial loans are just trash. But as far as the foreclosure process goes, check out LoopNet, right? LoopNet, I'll show you. I'll take the camera down and show y'all a couple of sites. LoopNet is really good. I think LoopNet 10X is no longer, no, 10X is LoopNet now. CREXI, they're trying to stall the loss to save these insurance companies. It's so much going on right now. That's why everybody's like, is there going to be you can't say crash. But I'm just saying it's a lot of things going on in the housing market. It's a lot of ingredients. Let me say that. Like when you baking a cake and you have all the ingredients for a cake, y'all reading through the lines? I'm not saying it's going to be a crash. I'm just saying it's a lot of ingredients that could make up a downturn in the real estate market. People disagree. I don't mind. People always disagree with me, right? Until I'm right. So, your favorite nurse. Check out CREXI, like commercial real estate. CREX as in X-ray. I was going to say xylophone. As in X-ray. CREXI.com. Check out this site. Those are like multifamily, hotel, motel, Holiday Inn, restaurants, warehouses, all that kind of stuff. Mobile home parks, all that kind of stuff. Check out that site. So, okay, Florida, you were on the list. Boom. Okay, let's keep going. So that was the states. Let's narrow it down to cities with the most foreclosure starts. All right. So number 1, Houston, Texas. Houston, Texas, number 1, had 3,763 foreclosure starts. Hey, everybody say hey to Avriel. She's in Austin, down there in Austin, Texas. If you need a good property, if you need a good agent, if you're an investor looking for an agent in Texas, Avriel, boom, go holler at her. Avriel also auctions down there. She's the plug. She's the plug. So go hit her up. Avriel, everybody say hey to Avriel. Avriel in Austin. So Houston, Texas had 3,763 foreclosure starts. New York City, I got some people in here from New York City, had 3,452 foreclosure starts. Let me put this so y'all can see me. It'll be a little shaky, but we're going to be all right. Boom. Chicago, Illinois, my birth city, Chicago, Illinois, had 3,144 foreclosure starts. Miami, Florida, had 2,502 foreclosure starts. And Los Angeles, California, had 2,321. So that's Houston, New York City, Chicago, Illinois, Miami, Florida, and Los Angeles, California. Top 5 with the most new foreclosures. Foreclosure starts. That's the first phase, remember? So let's talk about overall highest rates right now. Who's got the overall highest amount of foreclosures, okay? So some states. Y'all better let me know if you hear your state. You got to like blink your hands, blink your eyes, blink your eyes, clap your hands, put a little fire sign in the chat, okay? So overall worst foreclosure rates. We've got Florida, Nevada, not Nevada. Y'all taught me. It's Nevada, South Carolina, Illinois, and Delaware. As your students, can you please reach out? See my email from 11/6. Thanks in advance. Cherie Bellamy. I got you, Cherie. Cherie. Well, I got you. Okay. Where's foreclosure rate? So that was, y'all heard me, Florida, Nevada, South Carolina, Illinois, and Delaware. Delaware is on these lists, y'all. And Delaware is small. Y'all a little small little state up there. No shade. But they were saying because a lot of federal and government workers work in Delaware, right? Or live in Delaware, that might be a reason for the foreclosures up there. You know what I mean? Okay, let's talk about cities. Here go the cities. Lakeland, Florida. Columbia, South Carolina. Cape Coral, Florida. Cleveland, Ohio. And Ocala, Florida. I think that's how y'all say it. Ocala, O-C-A-L-A. Daryl said, and Virginia. That's right. Up there, what is that? The DMV, right? Y'all better keep your eyes up there. If you're looking for a property, you know what I mean? Keep your eye up there. Watch where these layoffs and things like that are coming. You know what I mean? You know, they said this was going to be the lowest unemployment we will ever see again for a while. I said again for a while. The lowest unemployment, because I mean a lot of these jobs aren't coming back, and then AI is coming with a vengeance. You know what I mean? So they said this will be the lowest unemployment every year from here on out. Unemployment is just going to keep rising because AI just going to take your job. It's just going to take your job. So y'all better be trying to get you some real estate. You better be trying to get you an investment property. That's all I'm going to say. That's my plan over here. You think they're trying to make us like a rental nation? Do y'all believe that? That they're trying to make us all a rental nation where we own nothing and rent everything? What do you think? What do you think? I have so many thoughts. Shocker. That's a shocker to nobody. That I got so many thoughts about everything that goes on in our country. But I'm always trying to figure it out, right? Like, you got to think things through so you know how to position your own self. You know what I mean? I feel like that's why I'm always like, okay, so I know what step A and B is going to be, but how am I going to position myself if in the next, they're saying in the next 3 to 5 years, unemployment is going to be like 50%, like 60% unemployment. In the next 50 years, every computer job will be gone. Right? Every job you do will be automated. Right? Think about that. Every warehouse, you know what I mean, will be completely, they said unemployment will be ridiculous in the next 3 to 5 years. So for me, on this side, I'm like, how do you plan for that? Like, how do you position yourself for things like that you see coming, right? Because you have 3, 5, 7 years to position yourself, right? So to me, I'm like, I know you like, Ashley, read the foreclosure numbers, but y'all are on my live. So y'all's going to have to listen to me talk. It seems like replay 20 this time. I need to do more. You don't nothing. Be happy more like a homeless nation because folks are outside beach house and arch. We all moving out the country, getting off the grid. Yes, it's more reason why I don't. So I'm thinking, I'm like, if unemployment rates are going to be ridiculous. First of all, you have to think about where you live, right? Think about where you live. You guys, I live in Memphis. Silence. Look, silence. I live in Memphis, right? Memphis is we are a warehouse city. We are a labor city, right? If y'all know anything about Memphis, warehouses, like we get the labor jobs. Nashville gets the executive high paying jobs. We got every warehouse you can think of. FedEx is headquartered here in Memphis, right? Warehouses all day. Warehouses, Amazon, FedEx, you know, every single one. So I know all these jobs are going to be gone. All of them are going to be gone. So if jobs are gone, if unemployment is sitting at like 60%, right? So are we going to, like, is everybody at that point, you got to depend on the government, right? Like is that when like they're going to start doing universal basic income? Right? Because if you got an unemployment, if your country is 60% unemployment rate, right? You're going to have to depend on the government. How are you going to make money? I mean, people are going to be poor, right? So is that when universal basic income going to come in? Like people are going to be dependent on the government to pay their bills, right? Or you won't be able to afford a house, right? You're going to have to be a renter. right? Okay, so it's two sides to that coin, right? Will you, and everybody can tell me what you think, and hopefully this will make you start thinking at home and have these conversations. If the majority, 60% of your society is unemployed, so does that mean the government is going to start taking care of people, like give you a stipend every month to pay for food and shelter, like a voucher or something where you get a set amount every month? Will that make you an automatic renter? Or are they going to be like, okay, these people have a set amount of money. We need to make houses more affordable, right? So people can own, but you're going to have to make houses affordable for people to buy it, right? If you're unemployed. So I'm like, but I don't see that happening, right? I don't see them making houses more affordable. To me, it just seems like the only people who can own houses are rich people, right? Rich people can buy houses, everybody else got to rent, right? So for me, I mean, I need to be the one owning some houses, right? Like I need to be, and do I need to be trying to sign up with like Section 8 right now? You know what I mean? If that's where we're going, I need to make sure all my houses are approved for the government funds. You know, so y'all understand where I'm like, where my mind starts going. Like, how do you position yourself for what you see is coming? People only get a certain amount of money for their life expenses. What do? Something to think about, everybody. How do you position yourself, right? We will all be those babies from E-Trade commercial. Only the ones who made the right investments now will be kind of spared. That's what I think so too, Game of Cats. You know what I mean? Like, get yourself into. I already knew what this, and y'all know I don't care anything about politics. This administration is the haves and the have-nots. That's what it's going to come down to. The haves and the have-nots are going to be separated. And I think that's what it's going to be in the next 3, 5, 7 years. If you got some money, you're going to be all right. If you don't, you won't. You know what I mean? You just better position yourself right now. That's all I can say. I'm trying to tell y'all how the conversations and the thinking you need to be trying to have right now. Because this is what's going on in my mind, okay? Over the week, this all seems to be. You need to invest in yourself. I'm telling you. I think if this week has not shown anybody anything, you can't depend on one source of income, right? You got to be able to create your own income, right? You know what I mean? Because I always say, if you give somebody the power to feed you, they can starve you. You know what I mean? And I think people are seeing that, like, oh, I was too dependent. But I mean, we were raised to, you know what I mean, the job, stable. I learned a long time. Y'all know I'm a Sagittarius. Y'all know I've been rebelling since I was 21. You know what I mean? So I knew I couldn't have no 9 to 5 when I was 21, working in Old Navy. I was 20. Maybe that was probably 19. I was in college, working at Old Navy, cold gravy, working at Old Navy. And you know, at Old Navy, they got them big glass windows, right? And I was in there working on a Saturday, and it was a beautiful day. And I was like, nope, I ain't gonna be able to do this for the rest of my life. It dare not be sunny outside, and I'm in here on a cash register. And I got my real estate license when I was 21. I got my real estate license because I was like, oh no. And then I used to call in every time it was sunny outside. I would have to call in, and they'd be like, what's wrong? I'd be like, I ain't gonna be able to come in today. Baby, it is 87 degrees and it is sunny and I am 19. What do you mean why I'm not coming to work today? So, I've been prepping for the way certain jobs will be gone. The way we used to do certain jobs, because someone will have to service the road. We'll have to get the necessary training. Yeah, that's going to be the thing. The safety around it, you know what I mean? Or being able to be a technician, you're going to have to get those priorities. At 19, you couldn't tell me nothing. So, yeah, and that's, but think of, y'all, so, you know, we can be on this thing forever. Me talking and thinking. Y'all know I listen to, like, podcasts when I'm in the car. Y'all know I'm such a geek. And I read books, and I listen to podcasts all the time. So, clearly, I have trouble going to sleep at night because my brain does not cut off, okay? But anyway, they were saying, I was listening to this podcast last week, and they were saying people need to start being retrained for jobs, right? And the guy who was being interviewed, it was Diary of a CEO podcast. Y'all check it out. Diary of a CEO. He was interviewing the guy who coined the term AI safety or safety AI. Like, he got like smart. Dude was smart. You can just tell he was smart, right? PhD in AI, has been studying AI for like the last 15 years, right? And so he's like, y'all, smart, right? So he was saying, the interviewer was asking him, like, what do people need to be retraining for? Like, what do we, and he was, because he's the one who was like, unemployment is about to be ridiculous. Unemployment, he was like, people are like cows going to slaughter. Is that sheep going to slaughter or cows? Who go to slaughter? You're like, Ashley, get the quote right. He's like, that's what people are. Like, people going to work every day, not realizing this job will not be here. Y'all, I went inside the car. I went in Dunkin' Donuts the other day because I was like, let me go in here while it is people working in here. Because in the next 2 or 3 years, there will not be anybody working in here. It'll be a machine that I put my little order in and get my coffee, right? It's not even going to be anybody in here. So he was saying, they were like, what should you retrain on? And he was like, you don't understand me. He was like, these jobs are going to be gone. Like, we are creating super intelligence, right? These things we're creating are more intelligent than humans, right? What do you mean? What do you retrain on? He's like, it's really nothing you can retrain on, right? Because you're creating something that is, he used the example like when we invented fire, fire was it, right? You invented fire, boom, it can't create anything else. When they invented the wheel, right? The wheel, that's it. We have invented something that is an inventor, right? We've created something that can keep creating, right? So he was like, there's nothing probably that you can retrain people on. Now, maybe kids coming up, they can start training on. That's what they were talking about, transportation, right? He was saying, I get in Ubers all the time. And I'm like, and I asked the driver, so do you think AI is going to replace you? And everybody's like, no, you're going to always need a driver. And it's like, they already got driverless trucks, driverless cars. The guy that was interviewing, y'all, I didn't even know this. He was like, I live in LA and I have a self-driving car. He was like, I just get in the car, put in the destination. He was like, it was like an hour away, right? It was an hour. He said, I didn't touch the gas or the brake until I got there and I had to park it. And that was it, right? I was like, I didn't even know that was a thing, right? I didn't know. I was like, you got that at the house, right? Right? You just get in your own car and you just put in, don't even, I was like, I don't know. But Sonia was looking into becoming a mortgage loan closer, but AI, you know what I mean? I feel like we have to do what we can do now, right? It's one of those things where you just lock in, stack what you can, because right now we still got the jobs, right? Right now we're still here. And it might be good to be a loan processor or closer because real estate, right? Just, I'm so happy that I pivoted to investment, right? I don't work on the residential side anymore. No shade. I've had plenty of clients. Y'all know I've been in real estate. Next year will be my 20th year in real estate. So I've worked the residential side, but I saw this coming, right? So I pivoted to working with investors. I pivoted to the distressed market, right? I pivoted to, what does this say? To working with the banks and the asset managers, right? So what I'm saying mortgage loan processor, that could still be good, but find you a niche, right? Start closing for investors. Make sure you have those creative financing products that can appeal to the people who gonna need them, is what I'm saying. And then stack your money. And then run your money up, is all I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Y'all, we gonna see who the hustlers are and who not. That's what we about to see. I'm sorry. Y'all know I get to talking and then I forget to read. I'm trying to get into estate with license fields policy. Can I get into wholesaling? You can. Absolutely. You can do wholesaling. Just be careful and, make sure you know the contracts and all that kind of stuff. Everybody needs to be trying to figure something out, is all I'm trying to say. Everybody in this, like I said, this last 38 days has shown a lot of people, these jobs ain't loyal. There will be a lot of error and it will be a thing, however, a lot will, man. You're right. They're going to have people to, what is it, like, watch it and observe it. And because y'all know my Gabby, my little girl, she want to go into anesthesia. So I'm like, you better make sure you know how to work the machines, because I'm sure AI is going to, you'll just be able to plug it in, but they'll still need somebody to supervise and watch and things like that, right? So you're right. But what it is, it'll only be like 1 or 2 people and not 15 or 20 people watching. You know what I mean? So, hold on. I'm trying to make sure I ain't no way around in that or bad. I just got laid off. America is 5 steps behind most countries. They said China done blew us out the water when it come to AI. Like, plumbing, working on cars, repairing. Yep. I think so too, Artist. Yep. Those trade skill jobs. But I'm thinking about people who working right now. You know what I mean? Like, just thinking they can just warehouse. So every warehouse job, every customer service job, they're like jobs on computers, all that will be automated. And some people are still like, I don't believe in AI. I was like, okay. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe you'll get a good check from the government. You just can't wholesale really. You have to double close. You just can't. Oh, REOs. No, I didn't think he meant wholesale REOs. REOs, you ain't gonna be able to do that. You ain't gonna be able to do that. It's too much red tape over here. Look, I'm like top flight security, not over here. You need to wholesale on that pre-foreclosure side, on the first phase of foreclosure. If you just came in, you guys, I got a free masterclass on Thursday. The link is down below. It's free. You better come in the class. Look, you better get in the class. We're trying to plan for 2026 and beyond. Like Denzel said, I'm leaving here with something in the next 3 to 5 years. Labor job pay will drop because it'll be more folks willing to work for less. Shoot. I don't know. The way these corporations work, they're going to be like, y'all can go to the house. This robot is coming to work 24/7. They were showing one factory somewhere overseas. Maybe they didn't have no lights on. They didn't have any lights on. Those robots were working in the dark. No lights, nothing. Working 24/7. Maybe everybody is about to be like, I don't have to deal with y'all coming in. I don't have to deal about y'all bad attitude. Y'all ain't got to call in sick. Don't worry. We're going to let these robots do it. They don't ever call in sick. And we'll just call somebody to come repair them when they stop. They had them robots over there working in the dark. They were saving money on lights and utilities. I was like, golly. I don't know. It is the Jetsons coming. What about contract flips? On REOs, when it comes to REO properties, it's just so much back and forth with the bank, and they're trying to verify everything with the bank. That's the only thing when it comes to that. The only thing I heard about with REOs is maybe you would have to, if you were buying it in an LLC, you would have to sell that LLC, right? But you're not going to be able to change names and all that kind of stuff like you do on that creative side with REOs, right? Every time I say REO, I got to pick up the folder. So it's like my prop. If we're all jobless, we have no choice but to run our own business. We can try to work when we want and with clients we want, right? You just got to make sure everybody got to be on board, right? Or nobody going to have money to pay for our business. I think I'm going to be on the landlord side and be like, I'm going to try to have some properties just managed, property management, and then some we're going to have to be on. If the government is giving out money each month, a stipend to everybody because unemployment is too high, I'm going to have to see, I'm going to have to be on their list for the guaranteed money. I'm just going to have to see how this goes, right? But that's the plan right now. So I can get some passive money. I think hard time is hitting Boston, but it's in the calm before the storm stage. Tiffany in Boston. Not Boston getting hit with the storm because y'all safe up there. Y'all auctioning properties in the front yard. It's real safe in Boston. I would not want to be. I'm going to be a property manager. That's how I'm now. Property manager. Right? Because you can't call me at 3 o'clock in the morning asking for nothing. Nothing. You can't call me at 3 o'clock in the morning. So you just put a property manager in place. Let them handle all that, and you just wire me my money, and that's what it is. And I'll try to find some properties, and that's what it's going to do. I'd rather I can work from my beach house in Argentina. After you buy everybody their beach house in Florida, Brian. Don't forget that part. Okay, y'all, I hadn't even finished the article, you guys. I have not finished the article. Oh, yeah, you guys, next weekend, I forget all the things that I'm doing. So I'll be live tonight, tomorrow night. Everybody get your pen and paper. Tonight, tomorrow night, I'll be here 7 p.m. Thursday, we're having a free masterclass on Thursday, 7 p.m. It's not going to be on here. It's going to be on Zoom. You got to register for it so you can get the link, okay? All about foreclosures. Get in where you fit in. We're preparing for 2026 and beyond. Infinity and beyond, okay? Toy Story. And then on Saturday and Sunday, next weekend, instead of being right here on YouTube, you guys, we're going to do a 2-day foreclosure fast track challenge. Everybody love a good challenge, right? I think it kind of jumpstarts everybody into gear for the new year, right? Because I know y'all about to spend money on Black Friday. So it's down. All the links are down below. It's a 2-day workshop, Saturday, Sunday. The first day 1 is all about pre-foreclosures, marketing, talking to homeowners. It's going to be good. I'm giving y'all everything like trustees, foreclosure trustees, homeowner scripts. I'm giving you everything. It's a fast track foreclosure challenge. So when you leave, like, you going to have homework assignments. I'm trying to get you ready in gear for 2026. And then day 2 is all about REO properties. We're going to talk a little bit about BPO properties. If you're an agent trying to get into that, I think I'm going to have a finance guy come on day 2 so we can talk about creative financing and like how to buy properties with creative financing. So that is next Saturday and Sunday. So y'all got things to do. I'm trying to tell you, if you're trying to figure it out, how you're going to invest in 2026 and beyond, I'm trying to help you. So all the links are down below. Boom. Okay, let's keep going with foreclosures. Y'all, I've been talking for an hour. Okay, the third and final phase. Thank you, Abriel. My challenges are amazing. Thank you, Abriel. Abriel's in the mentorship. She's also an auctioneer in Austin. So if you're in Texas and you're trying to come up on some properties or you want to buy some properties, hit her up. I'm telling you, she knows what she's doing down there. So yeah, so that's what the schedule is for the next week. Get in where you fit in. Thursday, free masterclass, and then Saturday, Sunday, 2-day workshop challenge. It's going to be a challenge, right? And I'm going to give you all kinds of resources. And you get the replay if you can't make it. You get the replay for free. So let's talk about the third and final phase of foreclosure. Y'all, I just go from one topic to the other. I hope y'all can keep up. So bank repossessions increased 33% from a year ago. Lenders repossessed 11,723 properties through foreclosure, up 33% from a year ago. The states that had the greatest number of REOs in quarter 3, Texas. Texas had 1,288 REOs. California had 1,132 REOs. Florida had 762. Pennsylvania had 708. New York had 644 REO properties. Those were properties that went back to the bank. And like I said, it's a lot of them going back to the bank because they just bought them in the last couple of years. And that opening bid is too high. So they are going back to the bank, you guys. So I don't know what to say, you guys. So those were the foreclosure starts, overall highest foreclosure rates. Is this October or September? This is third quarter. Quarter 3. Yeah, third quarter. Look, I'm like third quarter 3. Yeah, so the new numbers should be out. They usually come out on the 12th, the 11th or the 12th, when the new numbers. So we'll get October numbers this week. Are you seeing a lot of short sales? Avriel, are you seeing a lot of shorts? I wish I could like tag you in. I know she like, Ashley, stop calling me. Yes, I'll always say that. Like if you are an agent and it's slow, I would figure out how to, I would at least learn how to short sale. Because like I said, it's a lot of properties that people that just bought, and baby, they not worth, y'all know the market changed, right? And every time you look, people are reducing their price and reducing their price. They're sitting on the market longer, right? What did I say earlier? The good thing about real estate is your value is dependent on the homes around you. The bad thing, it's down in the description, y'all. Avriel is processing 6 short sales right now down there in Texas, in Austin area. The bad thing about real estate is your value depends on the houses around you, right? So even if you did buy 2 or 3 years ago for, let's say, $400,000, and then your neighbors decide they want to sell and they're not selling, so then they start to reduce their price and reduce their price, and then they sell, and then another neighbor goes on the market, or people start seeing like, we can't, like, these values dropping. Let me put my house on the market so I can at least make some money. But people are sitting and the prices are being reduced. So even though you bought for 400 but everybody around you is selling for like 375, 380, 350. Your loan is for 400,000, but your value, right? You ain't got no equity. You don't have, you underwater. If everybody around you, if your house is now worth 375 and you owe 400, so, and that's what's going to be the problem for people in foreclosure, right? The people in foreclosure, they need to hurry up and sell. A lot of distressed selling, right? And right now you can't hurry up and sell. You know what I mean? Like, houses are sitting. The only people who can like hurry up and sell are like people who have equity, who can get off their houses quickly, right? Who can take a deal. But if you got a brand new house and you owe that whole loan, you probably going to be underwater. You don't have any equity. You can't sell it, right? With closing costs and commissions, you're not going to make any money. So y'all see, I take the scenic route to answer every question. All you said was, are there short sales? And I didn't talk for like 7 minutes. Yes. That's the answer to the question. Yes. Process 6. We're looking for a house in North Carolina. See 90% of the homes. Everybody got a price reduction. Unless you living in Never Land, everybody's doing a price reduction right now. And then we're going into the winter months where people really don't want to buy. The market cools off because it's the holidays. People trying to travel. They're not trying to buy a house right now. Price reduction. And that's, again, I can't emphasize enough. It's okay if you're current on your mortgage and you just want a house because you want another house. But if you in foreclosure, right, and you're trying to, you got an auction scheduled, distressed selling. That's what it's called, right? When the homeowner's in distress, they need to sell. That's who's going to have a problem because you can't move houses quick enough, right? And if the bank, if Mr. Cooper is your lender, he's going to be like, oh, well, looks like you're going up for auction. Better figure it out. Such a turn. How do I register for the foreclosure? The link did not work. It should be down below, you guys. I'm going to try to drop it in the chat for y'all really quickly. And let's hope the Wi-Fi don't freeze up, you guys. If it freezes up, we're going to go out and come back in. Okay, you guys. I'm going to try to drop it in the chat from the laptop. What am I doing? Too much. Too much, for sure. But let's see if I can do this. Okay, I'm live. Let me see if I can see that I'm live. Let me see if I can comment. What am I doing? Too much. Okay, can y'all see this? Look, I'm about to put something in the chat. Okay, so there's that. Let's see if I can drop this link for y'all real quick. I don't know why the link froze up on y'all. I'm sorry, you guys. I did it earlier today. Okay, so here it is. I'm about to drop it in the chat. If y'all have any questions, you can ask me the questions while I'm trying to do this for you all. Hold on. Hold on. Doing too much. I'm always doing too much, you know? Okay, and on the bank, they are averaging about 4 months start and finish. Avriel is talking to y'all. Y'all go follow Avriel. Everybody tell Avriel to start a a YouTube channel. She's going to be like, Ashley being so petty and messy right now. Tell Avriel to start a YouTube channel so we can all watch her. Okay, there is the blueprint. What is that? I think that's the free masterclass right there. That's the free masterclass. Hold on, you guys. That should be the free one. And then here is the 2-day challenge, right? Thank you for telling her to start a YouTube channel. Thank you. Start a YouTube channel, please. Everybody would love to see you. Avriel does BPOs. She does REOs for the bank. She's an auctioneer in Texas. If she doesn't have like the most interesting life that I have ever seen in my entire life, if she would just start, she on TikTok. She on TikTok. But I don't know if she be TikToking. She really, I know she's probably about to text me to death after we get off of here. Okay, y'all, here's all the links. And then we'll get back to talking. All the links should be here. All the links. Okay, you guys. Try that and see. Thank you. Her life is so interesting. That should be all the links right there. Let me know if it works, if it doesn't work. So the 2-day fast track challenge, that'll be really good for people who are trying to jumpstart, take action. You know what I mean? Some of y'all have some good ideas. Some of y'all have great ideas about being investors, but y'all don't have any kind of system, no kind of process. You don't know how to get started. You know what I mean? Y'all don't even know where to start, right? I'm going to try to help you. I'm going to try to give you some resources. You're going to get a little toolkit with the workshop. I'm going to give it to you like trustees. I'm going to give you some scripts. I'm going to teach you how to find pre-foreclosures. I'm going to show you how to skip trace. I'm going to teach you all that. Okay. And then you can ask me questions, right? I'm going to be the teacher. And then the day 2 is going to be REO on that REO side, that BPO side. I'm going to teach you that side too, right? Y'all got to get in gear. We just talked about it. Y'all going to be living off the government. Y'all going to be living off the government. We're going to be on day 99 of a government shutdown in 10 years. So, and I wasn't trying to be funny because it's not funny at all that the government is shut down. I'm trying to tell y'all, if I was there, if I was the air traffic controller, TSA, I would not be at work right now. If I was air traffic control or TSA, this shutdown would have lasted 2 days. 2 days. 2 days. I would have been the leader. I would have been the ringleader. I would have stepped up as tribute. I would have been tribute. I'm telling you. I'd have been the tribute for District 12. It would have been me at the Hunger Games. The government would have been shut down for 2 days. Because I'd have been like, everybody stay at home. Everybody stay at home. We're going to stay at home for 48 hours. All I need you to do is stay home for 48 hours. We're not going to even miss a check. That'd be me. I bet you we don't miss a check. As soon as the government shut down, as soon as they were like, okay, the government is shut down, so y'all know what this means. We might not be getting paid. Hold my beer. Don't worry about it. I got it. Don't nobody go to work for 48 hours. We not going to miss a check. Don't worry about it. We finna shut down this whole airport. The links don't work on here. You may have to listen description section. Okay, it is in the description section. Or y'all go click on the link. I don't know what is going on, you guys. But it's in the description section, so y'all go down there too. And if not, email me, youragentashley@gmail. Okay, it worked for you. Okay. Yeah, I'd be like, everybody stay home. TSA, air traffic control, we got this under control. Everybody stay at work for 48 hours. We ain't finna miss a check. Don't worry about it. And it would have been like, shut down every single airport in the United States. The United States airports are closed. Like, what you mean? Which one? Ground stop from California to Texas to New York to Florida. There is not an airport open in the United States. And I bet you they would have found you some money. I'm like, 48 hours. 48 hours. Have our airport, have every single airport in the country closed for 48 hours. They would have found you some money. You can go look under your grandmama's mattress, but my money needs to be in my bank account. Watch. And that's what I said. Y'all just shut down the airport for Thanksgiving and Black Friday. The two busy, the flying is holiday and the shopping is holiday. Shut down the airport. They'll find you some money. I bet you. But that's just me. That's just me. Y'all know they be like, fire her. Cut off her username and don't let her badge work ever again. She ain't never coming here again. I bet you we wouldn't have missed a check. Everybody's check would be right in their bank account. We wouldn't have missed one. But what was that? What else am I supposed to show you? Minnesota, you still in here? But you got to speak their language. You got to speak money. You can't cry on TikTok. TikTok not going to get you paid. They only speak money. From Delta, United, UPS, Amazon, FedEx, there would not be a plane in the sky. Not a plane in the sky fooling with me. I'm finna hit your pockets. Ain't nobody flying and ain't nobody buying. Passengers and packages will not be moving until I get a paycheck. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. I'm like, don't worry about it. They're going to have our money in our bank account. Like I said, Jeff Bezos, everybody going to be calling. You need to find them some money. I'm telling you, you got to speak money. Don't be crying on TikTok. That's not going to get you no money. Don't go to work. And then all those airlines going to have to refund those tickets. Baby, the CEOs of Delta and United, they're going to be, y'all need to go back in their room and don't leave until you find them some money. Right? Don't have not another dinner, gala, play golf, go back in their room, in the chamber, and get them some money. So, but you know, that's just me. That's just me. So, what else are we supposed to talk about tonight? And every time we walked off the job, President Reagan fired them. Be careful what you wish for. Shut down the airport. Shut down every single airport. Ground stop, everybody. We don't even have enough people trained to be air traffic controllers. You can't just apply for that job. You got to be trained to be an air traffic controller. You know what I mean? It ain't enough of them. Baby, Italy, France, everybody going to be calling. What you mean the United States airport closed? We got people. It's closed. The United States is closed. So until they can find us some, everybody going to be sending money. So, okay, what are we supposed to be talking about? Minnesota, you want to know the top 3 sites to find foreclosures. Now, when you say foreclosures, Minnesota, you mean auctions? You mean REOs? What you mean? What you mean? Tell me what you mean. Because foreclosures, and then because it's different sites, you know what I mean? Baby, now y'all are like, that's right, exactly. Baby, the people in France going to be like, let us wire you some money over there because y'all need to open up the airport. What Tupac say? They got money for wars but can't feed the poor? I know y'all like, Ashley, stop. Stop, Ashley. Okay, let me show y'all really quickly while Minnesota's trying to tell me what he's looking for so I can help him. Let's look at, really quickly, how I said the houses are going back to the bank. I'm about to show y'all last week's auction schedule. Remember I said everything was reverting back to the bank. Last week was a big auction week. Okay, I got you. Big auction week last week for Texas and Georgia, right? I think only a couple of properties sold at auction this week. I lost my whole train of thought because I was still looking at how President Reagan fired them. And I was thinking, I'm like, our president fly too much to fire air traffic controllers. But I speak for the trees. That'd be me, like the Lorax. I speak for the people. We not coming in for 48 hours. 48 hours. And every time you miss a day, it's 2 days added. 1, because I'm upset, and 2, for the principal. So until my money is pending, we counting by 2s. We ain't even counting by 1s. We count by 2s. We won't be there. So anyway, okay, I'm through off my little, let me turn this around so y'all can see. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to turn this around. Okay, can y'all see? Hold on. Y'all know I'm on the selfie stand and everything. Okay, can we see? Somebody say yes or blink or do something if you can see my screen. Yes? Okay, thank you, 3PW. Thank you. So this is Let's 11.10, 11.3. Right, that's this week auction. I worked this week. So this is last week's auction schedule. Okay, you guys, look at this. So this is November 3rd. Don't forget, I said the first Tuesday of the month. The first Tuesday of the month is a big auction week. So this is Georgia. Y'all see Georgia, Baldwin, Bibb County, Clayton, Cobb. Are we seeing these? These are the addresses. This the county. This the state. This the time. Right? Everybody with me? I don't want y'all to get dizzy. Okay, so my point is, here we go. Now let me show you something, you guys. If you're new here. And then we're going to all go to bed, okay? Because I've already been talking for an hour. So this is the opening bid. The opening bids would be here. PP means postponed, okay? Postponed to November 5th. CXL means canceled. Why do auctions get canceled? They could file bankruptcy. They could pay it off. One of y'all might have called them and they might have sold their house. They might have come up with the money. They might have won the lottery. I don't know. But CXL means canceled. PP means postponed. When it's a number, that's the opening bid. Okay? That is the opening bid. So this will be the opening bid. And then this side would be the results. If this number, if the opening bid and this number is the same, that means they didn't sell at auction, okay? That means it reverted back to the bank. Does that make sense to everybody? Yes? Yes. Let the church say yes, okay? So now let's look and see what's sold. A whole bunch of postponements. Yes, thank you. 3PW, you own it. Thank you. So, Avriel, thank you. Okay, so it looks like, I don't know, this must have been like a group because they're all on the same street. An investor, I don't want to make y'all dizzy. But none of these, clearly, none of these sold, right? 189, 189. They all went back to the bank. They all went back to the bank. That one did not sell. That one canceled. That one didn't sell. 111, 902, didn't sell. Didn't sell. Okay, that one sold. Opening bid was 182, and it sold for 266. Can y'all see that? Something. Yeah, 182. Let's see what it is. Y'all know I'm trying to do too much. I'm trying to hold this camera. Scroll. 327 Dove. I thought I put it in before. There it is. 327 Dove. There it is. Can y'all see her? She's cute. Look at me. She cute. What you think? 458? Okay, so opening bid on her. She's a cute one. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes they be, you know what I mean. So opening bid was 182 and it sold for 266. 182 was the opening bid. It sold for 266. Was that a good deal if it's worth 458? They got it for 266 at the auction. What y'all think? Yay or nay? Good deal? Deal or no deal? 266 worth 458. 4 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, 3,700 feet. Good deal, Patrick said yes. Deal. That's what she looks like. Maybe them some old pictures. If she got snow, when I take those pictures. But there it is. That's what went up this past week. So that was one out of all these that we're looking at, right? So 182. Okay, so we keep going. 163 didn't sell. Didn't sell. Didn't sell. Didn't sell. Didn't sell. Did not sell. That didn't sell. These are all properties going back to the bank. I hope y'all can see. You guys, y'all probably got me on up on your big screen TV, huh? Didn't sell. I'm trying to find one that sold. Those canceled. 258. Okay, here's one. This one sold for, the opening bid was 258. It sold for 327. 4083 Mabry Road. 4083. 4083. We don't get a good picture of her. Let's see what it is. Worth 536. Opening bid 258. It sold for 327. 327. 5 bedrooms, 4 baths. Worth 536. Sold for 327. We don't get any picture. We just got this one picture right here. Any very good deal? Yes. Question. Anything in Richmond County, Georgia? Now, just because it's not on my list right here does not mean I just have a few. Like I got Fulton, Gwinnett, Henry, Newton, Richmond. Look, I got some Richmond. Look, yes. Yes, Anthony. Look, Anthony, yes. Anthony, you need to take this site down. Everybody can take this site down. Look. Everybody look. And then you click on trustee sales. Okay? And each week you can look and see the opening bid. Boom, boom, boom. Don't be trying to call them. Don't call them. And don't be like, because they told me they was like, somebody called you talking about they saw you on YouTube, Ashley. Don't call them. But you can come and look at the schedule, the upcoming schedule when it comes out. Okay? So Richmond, let's help our friend in Richmond. So that canceled. It didn't sell, the one for 195, 3501 Hyacinth Lane. Let's see. 3501 Hyacinth Lane. Here we go. Oh, she's cute. Oh, she's one of those that I was talking about. Look when they bought her, y'all. When did they buy that house? Who's going to be the first one to say it? When did they buy that house? I'll wait. Look, I'll wait. 2023. They did. They just bought it in 2023. There it is. Sold for $240 in April of 2023. So when it is up for auction now, what was it? What did we say? Opening bid. It didn't sell. It went back to the bank. Opening bid was $195. They're right. It wasn't too much room. They didn't have too much room. That's probably what it was. Let's see. 195 went back to the bank. Built in June 2019. They bought it in 2023 and lost it in 2025. Y'all know I'm always trying to read what happened. They tried to sell it. They tried to get hold on. No, there it is. That's where they April 2023 sold for $240. And it went up for auction last week for $195. Is that what I said? Check out that site if you're in Georgia. Like I said, Georgia. We got some Texas. If I keep going, there's Texas. They're not selling in Texas either. They're not selling. Look, Avriel, like, she already know I'm going to call her. Avriel auctions in Austin. She usually auctions like 40 or 50, you know, that first Tuesday of the month. Avriel didn't auction any because everybody filed bankruptcy. Every single person up for auction filed bankruptcy. So if you didn't know, bankruptcy will stop an auction. So $9.99. It looks like it's a bundle of properties right there in Houston, Texas. Harris County. Number 1 on the list. Is Harris Houston? Yeah, Houston. Harris County, number 1 on the list. Opening bid was $9.99. $9.99.99. Did not sell. Went back to the bank. Went back to the bank. Went back to the bank. Didn't sell. Postponed. Canceled. LA. Los Angeles County. Didn't sell. There's one for $850 in Alameda, California. It went back to the bank. So now y'all see why your girl got on the REO BPO side of things, because now all these properties are going to become REO properties owned by the bank. So now, you know, I need to make sure I can list it and can see, and you know what I'm saying? I need to make sure I know what's going on at all times in all phases of the process. Y'all know what I'm saying? LA, so this was like Wednesday. There's St. Louis, Missouri. None of them sold. So ain't nothing selling at the auction. Everything going back to the bank, you guys. Everything is going back to the bank at the auction. Now, Minnesota, your question was, where do you find auction properties? I would say auction.com is number 1. Good old auction.com. Auction.com, you can put in wherever you live. I don't know what you got in Minnesota. Let's see. What was I supposed to look at? Minnesota? I don't know about Minnesota. I think everybody in Minnesota paying their bills. All 3 people that live in Minnesota. Okay, we got some in Minnesota. You know, I try to come up with the accent, even though that's probably not how y'all talk in Minnesota. So bank owned. We got some redemption. You know, you can filter it by single family, multifamily, condo, single unit, sale format. You can online auction, in person, remote, boom. So there you go. So auction.com, I think, is a great place to find auctions. I would also say foreclosure.com. You know, I like good old foreclosure.com. Did y'all see my interview with foreclosure.com? If not, go watch it. Look, if not, go watch it. Foreclosure.com. I'm writing an article for them. I need to be trying to write it. Foreclosure.com. And they have, you can click by cities, right? They have a list of all pre-foreclosure, short sales, shared sales, foreclosures, bankruptcies, rent to own, auctions, tax liens, as is. And you can click on like your city and see where. So I like foreclosure.com too. And they send you alerts too. You can get set up to get alerts for every time pre-foreclosures come or whatever you want. They'll send you alerts. You know what I mean? What they doing in Miami. Brian, let me see if I can find my beach house real quick that Brian can buy real quick. So you can click on here. Here's Miami, foreclosure, new. And you can get the details. Tells you the rent, everything like that. Try foreclosure.com, you guys. Foreclosure.com, auction.com, Hubzu, Xome, Xome, home with the X. That's another one. You know what I mean? Xome.com, Hubzu.com. Read all the terms and conditions because they might try to charge you like a premium bid, a buyer's premium. Read all the terms and conditions, okay? Y'all know I have that auction accelerator course. That's the best course ever about auctions. I teach you how to do a title search. It's me teaching you videos. Title search, cash for keys, contracts. It's in, you got to click on the, it's in the little store. So use code thank you. Use code thank you if you're going to get the auction accelerator. But I teach you everything, how to find them, how to analyze, how to calculate repairs, how to set your max bid. I give you a calculator bid like built into the course so you can calculate your max bid. I give you cash for keys, contracts. I give you everything in that course. It's use code thank you. I try to help y'all, honestly. So let me turn it back around and then we can all go to bed here shortly, you guys. Okay, you guys. Are we done talking for tonight? You know I'm coming back tomorrow. Don't get dizzy. I'm trying to set this back up. It's kind of crooked. Hold on. There we go. Miss Pickens, where do I find auctions in Wilson County, Tennessee? Go to the sites that I said. You know what I mean? Go to auction.com. Go to foreclosure.com and put in the county. Just put in the county and see if you can find them there. Also go to, because sometimes your county records and deeds for your, how many times I'm going to say county? Your county records and deeds office will sometimes post the auctions as well. You know what I mean? So if you're Wilson County, go to Wilson County Records and Deeds office and see if they post them there. What about failed auctions in Austin from November? Avriel, tell the people what's happening to the auction, the properties that don't sell at auction. Talk to the people. You're welcome. Did everybody get the link? The workshop, y'all are on the early bird special. It goes up on Wednesday, so y'all better get in there. The any good free site. Auction.com is free. All of them free. You know what I mean? Auction.com is free. I think foreclosure.com, you get a 7-day free trial. But Hubzu, Xome, they're all, you know what I mean? They're free. So you just got to log in and register. You know what I mean? So check those out. Okay, you guys. Can we all go to sleep now? I'll be back tomorrow. Sign up for the free masterclass. Sign up for the workshop next weekend. That's going to be so good. The challenge, the Foreclosure Fast Track Challenge, getting you ready for 2026 and beyond. Infinity and beyond. We got to prepare for when unemployment is 60% and we playing the Hunger Games out here. I ain't gonna get eaten though. Somebody was like, Ashley, you the wolf or the sheep? Baby, you know which one I'm gonna be. You know which one I'm gonna be. If it's between the wolf and the sheep. If you're gonna be the predator or the prey. Y'all know who I'm gonna be. The predator. Okay, you guys. Y'all finished talking to each other? All right, the foreclosure attorney will let them know when they can be sold. Okay, I'll see y'all tomorrow. See y'all tomorrow. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Bye, you guys. Bye, you guys.